What's up, YouTube? And today we do a full car review on my 2019 Corvette ZR1.
Shoes, Billy point two just to hurt you. All red lamb just to tease you. None of these toys, none of these two. Made your whole year in a week too. Main bitch out of your YouTube. Side bitch out of your YouTube. House so empty, need a centerpiece. 20 racks of table cut from ebony. Cut that ivory into skinny pieces. Now she clean it with a face, man, I love my babe. Talking money, need a hearing aid. Talking about me, I don't see the shade. Switch up my side, take any lane. Switch up my cup, I kill any pain.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy D back with you once again, and today we're going to do a full car review on my Corvette ZR1. If this is your first time to the channel, I'd like to welcome you. If you're a long-time subscriber, I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. So this is going to be a little bit different vlog for me. This is going to actually be my first car review, and there's no doubt that it should be on my own car. My beautiful 2019 Corvette ZR1, affectionately known as La Fonda. First, we're going to talk about the exterior of the car. Then we're going to go inside and talk about some of the creature comforts on the inside. And then we're going to end up taking a drive so I can tell you about how it feels and how it drives. So there has been 4 generations that has used the ZR1 moniker. So from 1970 to 72, the ZR1 first debuted as a track package with the C3 generation Corvette. It boasted 370 horsepower and was equipped with a 4-speed LT1 V8 engine, also with a heavy-duty suspension, I might add. And there was only 53 of these cars ever made. Springboard to 1990 to 1995 with the C4 generation Corvette, this Corvette was aptly named King of the Hill and boasted 405 horsepower from a dual overhead cam V8 engine. Coming to the 2000s, from 2009 to 2013, this next generation of the ZR1 was the C6, and to this day is one of the most celebrated ZR1s in Corvette history. This car was known as the Blue Devil, boasting a whopping 638 horsepower from an LS9 V8 engine. It also had plenty of carbon fiber panels. So in 2019, for a 1-year run only, the ZR1 returns with a whopping 755 horsepower, 715 feet-pound of torque, able to do 212 miles per hour plus in the low-wing variant, has a curb weight of 3,584 pounds in the coupe, 3,642 pounds in the convertible, roughly a weight delta of about 58 pounds. This ZR1 makes use of the most carbon fiber ever to be put on a production vehicle in GM's history. You have carbon fiber on the front splitter, carbon fiber on the end caps, carbon fiber on the extractor hood / halo hood. The entire hood is actually carbon fiber. You have the fender bezel, carbon fiber. You have the roof. You have the rear quarter ducts. You have the side skirts that are carbon fiber. And of course, everybody, you got the big wing that is definitely made of all carbon fiber. All right, everybody, so let's go ahead and talk about these rear quarter ducts for a moment. There are 2 on this car. There's one on the passenger side, which cools the rear differential. There's another on the driver's side, which cools the transmission. This car is equipped with a transaxle. That means that the transmission is located back here near the rear axle. What will end up happening if you're at a stoplight or something like that, there is a rear radiator fan back here that will kick on That will draw cool air into the duct, diverting it to the transmission, cooling the transmission down. The hot air from the transmission will be extracted out the back. There are 2 flaps that are underneath the skin of this vehicle, and you have tail light vents and rear diffuser vents that hot air from the transmission will be extracted out the back. So now when you're actually driving, that rear radiator fan doesn't necessarily need to kick on. So the cool air will once again, it will rush into the rear duct up underneath the skin. It will become pressurized. It will take that cool air, once again, diverting it to the transmission. Then you have 2 rear flaps back here again that will open up and take that hot air away from the transmission, out the taillight vents, as well as the rear diffuser vents. So the ZR1's front fascia was built to work with the air rather than fighting the air. The air coming into the front fascia is engulfed by the massive air inlets in order to cool the engine. The 2 outer inlets are used to provide cooling to the auxiliary low temperature radiator as well as the auxiliary primary radiator. The main inlet is used for engine breathing. You now have 13 radiators in this car, bumped up an extra 4 from the Z06. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the front splitter for a moment. So the front splitter will force high pressure air over the bumper, up and over the car. It will also force high speed, low pressure air underneath the vehicle. That, coupled with the air that goes over top of the car, will reduce lift. All of the aero bits on the car combines for a total of 950 pounds of downforce with the ZTK package, which LaFonda has. So let's talk about these awesome wheels that the ZR1 comes with. So you have 19-inch rims up front, 20-inch in the back. You have these massive carbon ceramic rotors, 15.5 in the front, 15.3 inches in diameter in the rear. You have 6 piston Brembo brakes up front, 4 piston Brembo brakes in the rear. You have the massive sticky Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, 285 up front, 335s in the rear. So about the ZTK package. The ZTK package includes, of course, your high wing, tuned chassis, as well as these end caps. It also includes those sticky Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. It also provides spring rates that are 30% higher in the front and 13% higher in the rear than the non-ZTK package car. This car is also equipped with a magnetic ride control. So your magnetic ride control reads the road every millisecond and is able to change the dampening every 10 to 15 milliseconds. The shocks are filled with these magnetic iron particles that, as we stated, every 10 to 15 milliseconds, it can change the dampening. We're gonna go ahead and kick off this review of the inside of the cars and also the way it drives. And so ever since I've had this car, I've been extremely careful on the way I get on the accelerator, only because I've just heard, a lot of stories, and you just have to respect the power, but a lot of stories of the back end kicking out a little bit. And so I've never really gotten on the car. Well, a little bit, I did. I can't lie. I got on the car a little bit, and for the most part, it was extremely controllable, extremely manageable. You feel a little bit of sway, but I think that's just from the road, how the road is, and because these tires are so wide, it just kind of goes with the road. So I think that feeling that I felt was just it conforming to the tires, conforming to the road. So getting into the car can be a little, it's just a low car. So yeah, it's just a low car. So, dealing with low cars, or, you have to kind of watch how you're entering and exiting the car. It's nothing that's too crazy. I don't drive this all the time, so it's not a pain, but I could probably see if this was a daily driver, that it would probably get a little old trying to get in and out of the car. So these seats, the competition seats, awesome seats. They keep me snug. They keep me planted in the seat. The side bolsterings does exactly what they need to do, and that's to hug you and to keep you planted in your seat. And so you can always adjust the side bolsterings on the side. And so I've had no issues whatsoever with not feeling like, or feeling like I'm too big of a guy to have these seats. There's still a lot of play and a lot of room with the side bolsterings, being able to open them up for someone that's a little bit larger than myself. So we don't have a problem with that. Infotainment center is good. This car is very ergonomic, and it is definitely the cockpit is definitely built with the driver in mind. So what I mean by that is all of the buttons and anything that I need to control anything in this car is within reach. Like I said, everything is geared, the whole cockpit is geared towards the driver. So that's definitely a great feature to have in this car. Some people expressed concern if they would be able to see over the hood of the car, because it has this, the halo hood, and it's up about 3 inches or so. But no, there's no problem with that at all. I can see the heads-up display, no problem. The head-up display is actually really good as far as like in bright daylight, like it's bright sunlight out right now, and I can see very well, see the heads-up display, so that's not an issue whatsoever. To get up and go in this car, as you can expect with a 700 and something horsepower car, it moves out, and so there's really no surprise there. And so, but the throttle response on this car is instantaneous. Like as soon as you hit the gas, you are gone. And so, of course, who wouldn't love that? The gear selection, this gearbox is really nice. I love it. It's yeah, I can get in and out, no problem. Some people expressed a little bit of concern, stating that they thought 7 gears was 1 gear too many. I don't mind it. I mean, I can see what they're talking about. I don't think I've ever gotten into 7th gear driving this car yet, and so I can kind of see what they're talking about in the way of, it might be too many gears. But either way, love the manual. Wouldn't have it any other way. Of course, there's always a big debate about automatics being faster and everything like that, and yeah, I get that. And but for me, it's definitely not about being faster. It's about having an interaction with this car and just being able to roll gears, which a lot of people enjoy doing. So of course this car is armed with the dry sump oil system. And so what the dry sump oil system does is, because this is a sports car, there are times where there is some hard cornering going on in the car, and so the dry sump oil system ensures that there's no oil starvation anywhere in the engine. So it makes sure that all the engine components are continuously lubricated, and whenever there's fluids sloshing to one side or the other, you do run a risk of the engine components not getting enough of that oil where it needs to go. Then, if I'm not mistaken, all Corvettes other than the Stingray without the Z51 package has the dry sump oil system. So like I said, you can definitely get on this car. You can probably hear me getting on it a little bit. One of these days I'll go ahead and pop a GoPro in the back so you can check out the crackles and just get not even a real sense. You'll just, yeah, it's hard to explain. perfect. I don't necessarily even want to do any type of exhaust mod or anything like that on this car because it does sound just that good. And I'm normally a person, that's one of the first mods that I end up doing is the exhaust. So everyone, let's talk about the different packages that you have for the ZR1. You have a 1ZR and your 3ZR. So your 1ZR is your kind of stripped down, kind of base model, if you will. But nothing is base about the ZR1. But it's your base model ZR1. It's kind of a stripped down version. It doesn't have some of the creature comforts like your power seats and different things like that that could add weight to the car. Your 3ZR actually has all of the creature comforts that you would expect. It has the gloss carbon fiber instrument panel. It has the power memory seats in it as well. And so that is, like I said, it has a little bit more of your creature comforts. When you're ordering the 3ZR car, you can actually choose the interior colors, stitching, and different things like that. All right, everybody, it looks like that's going to do it for me. So everybody, I'd like to once again thank you for coming to the channel. We're almost about to hit 1,000 subscribers, which is huge. Ever since LaFonda has come on deck, things have been picking up. And so I'd like to thank each and every one of you once again. In case you're wondering, these glasses, blenders I wear, I like to always thank them because they are the people that keep me fresh to death with sunglasses. I love these things. Make sure you go to blenderseyewear.com and use the promo code DANT20 for 20% off your entire order. You won't be disappointed. I've never been a person that wore sunglasses until I got with Blenders, and make sure you check them out, man. They are dope glasses, and I'm extremely happy with them. I thank you guys so much for coming to the channel. Please like this video if you could. Also, if you like the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Like I said, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Would love to hit that and then keep on going and building more and bringing you guys more good content. So once again, everybody, like, subscribe, and remember, everybody deployed. I'm out.